Welcome to the Soul Connection Podcast, the place where you get the tools to truly connect to yourself. I am your host, Katie Arnold. Grab your journal, find your comfortable meditation position, and let's connect. Hi, friends. Welcome back to the Soul Connection Podcast. I am your host, Katie Arnold, and we are continuing our intention of growth with today's meditation for bravery. Now, before we actually get to our meditation, I want to dive into this idea of bravery a little bit more because I think so often we think of bravery as being like the big acts of bravery, like moving to a new city, new state, moving across the country. We might think of it as the bravery needed to start a new job, to leave a toxic relationship. But I want to also remind us that there's so many moments of bravery that are seemingly small, and I don't want to discount them. This past week, at least at the time of this recording, I went and I stayed at one of those getaway houses. Now, if you haven't seen one of those, like, side note, they're the cutest things ever. And they're like tiny houses in the woods. And it's not in like a scary kind of way. It's like a campground of tiny houses. And the idea is you are literally getting yourself into nature. Most of these places have very little cell service. They don't have Wi-Fi at all, which I just loved. And I will say I had more service than I expected. So I did put my phone on airplane mode because I did not want the temptation to check my phone, to check social media, to look at my text messages, to look at my email, none of that. So I really took away the distraction. And then they have these little like lock boxes that you can put your phone in so you can continue to disconnect. And I did grab my phone a couple times, mostly just if I was going to take a walk. I was really afraid that I was going to forget the code to get back into my tiny house. And so I would bring it with me, but I kept it in my pocket. And then as soon as I was back, I would put my phone right back in the lockbox. But the point being that there's small moments that we can choose to be brave. And this might seem really silly to some people, but one of those moments for me was literally about starting a fire. Now, I was a Girl Scout, so at some point in time, I did have to learn to make a fire. But that was many, many years ago. And for some reason, this idea of starting a fire was getting in my way. They had fire starters. There was nothing about this that was going to be overly complicated. I did some research online. For goodness sake, I have watched Survivor since the show came out. So I knew that I would be able to figure out how to start a fire. It was not going to be hard. But there was some part of myself that was trying to get in the way. And I tried to convince myself that I didn't need these s'mores after all, that I didn't need to start a fire. I was only there for one night. But I bought the gluten-free and dairy-free graham crackers that I can eat. I bought the dairy-free chocolate. I had the marshmallows. I had everything that I needed to enjoy s'mores. I just had to get over myself and get over this tiny little fear and start the campfire. And I did it. It wasn't hard. And I was so proud of myself when I got that campfire going, when I roasted my marshmallows, and I so enjoyed the s'mores just like I wanted to. And when I look back, I can't believe how silly it was, or how silly it would have been if I left disappointed because I couldn't get over my own fear to start a fire. Now, I will say, I did not build up a big fire. I kept it small. I kept it something super manageable, probably even more manageable and much smaller than I even needed to have a safe fire. But I stayed within what felt manageable for me so I could still have that fire, so I could still enjoy that experience. And then When I was done with my s'mores, I just let the fire start to go out fully on its own, and I just sat there and I read a book. It was not a big deal. And my point of this story is just to remind you that you can find moments of bravery in your everyday lives, even on your vacation, even if you go stay at a getaway house and you're afraid to start that fire. I don't want you to stop living, to stop experiencing life. So sometimes we have to dig deep and we have to find those moments of bravery in the big moments that life gives us, but also in the small moments as well. So with that said, go ahead and find your comfortable meditation position. And let's get to today's meditation practice. This is your meditation for bravery. Courage comes to us in many ways and on all kinds of days. Sometimes we feel like the world is our oyster and our courage comes so easily. Other times, it's harder to find. We may feel lost or small, hurt and confused. And in those moments, our courage is found in the quiet gentleness that it takes to find our next breath. So find your comfortable meditation position. Root down through your sit bones. Elongate through your torso. Stack each vertebrae of your spine and lift through the crown of your head. Allow the shoulders to drop down your back. Soften your jaw and relax the muscles in your face. Soften the eyelids and just allow them to be heavy. Take a big breath in through the nose. Pause and hold the breath. And exhale out of an open mouth. Feel the body relax a bit deeper. Repeat that breath. Inhaling through the nose. Pause and hold. And let it go. Grounding in even deeper. And one more time, inhale deeply. Hold the breath. Exhale and release. Begin to shift as you count your breath. Inhale for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue this 4 count breath a few more times on your own. Release the breath control. Let your breath flow gently in and out of the body. Feeling the body and mind grounded into our present moment. Noticing the quiet stillness that exists in the here and now. Begin to repeat the following mantra silently or aloud to yourself. I am not the before. I am not the after. I am the now. In times of challenge, worry, and anxiety, we often replay our old stories and limiting beliefs, or we jump ahead to our future fears. Aim to stay in the present moment. Pay attention to each inhale. Become aware of every exhale. And continue repeating this mantra and let it be the rhythm that soothes away any anxiety. I am not the before. I am not the after. I am the now. I am not the before. I am not the after. I am the now. Continue to repeat this mantra to yourself. As the mind tries to wander off, just become aware and bring it right back to this mantra. I am not the before. I am not the after. I am the now. Release your mantra. Stay in this present moment. Noticing each inhale. Noticing every exhale. Start to bring some awareness to your entire physical body. Feel your sit bones on the chair or cushion beneath you. Deepen your breath. And when you're ready, blink the eyes back open, coming out of your meditation. And as you grab your journal, I want you to complete this sentence. I am afraid that blank. Then answer, who would you be if you were not fearful of that thing? So first completing the sentence, I am afraid that blank. And then answer, who would you be if you were not fearful of that thing? Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Take some time to journal, and I'll meet you back for your next soul connection practice.